2 aircraft carriers leaving port is an achievement in Bloons Tower Defense 6 where you need to complete an entire game of chimps using just 2 towers. I'm feeling a little bit more laid back today. I don't want to try something that is too stupidly intensive, but I feel like the mid game is definitely going to be a little bit on the side of needing to micro quite a lot. Anyways, Lord of the Abyss and Flying Fortress. Once we get the Spectra, then it's definitely what you're going to be calling a game set and match sort of thing. But we need to be able to get the Spectra in the first place to be able to say that. And the Mermonkey is not what you call one of those towers which you're going to have a really easy time with starting out because of its relatively short range. It's kind of like the range of a tack shooter. But unlike the tack shooter, this thing definitely has a chance of getting some camo detection. Okay, maybe that was okay to use then and there. Oh gosh, this one's about to escape. Oh, thank goodness for that. I was worried you're just going to be outside of our range. But luckily you weren't outside of our range. So you're going to go there, and I hope that this spot is not bad whatsoever. I just realized there are some fortified leads in the game which we need to pineapple explosive solo. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully we can actually clear some of them using the Crusher, actually. But we won't be able to get all of them just because of how spaced out they are. Do we need to get Exploding Pineapple before round 28? Because we're not going to be able to Crusher solo the leads on that round. Or any round, to be honest. Actually, there is a round in which this thing can solo the leads. But it relies being on ABR, because I think round 28 only has a single camo lead balloon, if I remember correctly. Getting the Abyss Dweller will go a long way when it comes to handling all of these smaller balloons, because the tentacles are really good against ceramics. I'd rather you were kept as a black balloon rather than the ace, whittling it down by 1 HP to go down to a pink balloon. Sometimes a balloon is just too fast to be able to comprehend, deal with, etc. Here's the Abyss Dweller. But it also gives us a pseudo sharper darts. I say pseudo because it's not what you call the equivalent of going up from whatever the amount of pierce that each dart has to up to 8. Although 10% of 8 pops is 8.8. I don't know how Ninja Kiwi is able to calculate the decimals if you give it like a percentage increase. So if you have 8 pierce to start off with, 10% of that is 8.8. Well, does that go up to 9? Or are there some varying factors which I'm not really considering into this equation? I'd rather keep you as you are. I don't want the extra targeting sort of thing, just because I know that that might get in the way of being able to solo these leads. Now my other question is, can I keep this as an Abyss Dweller, or do I have to go up to Abyssal Warrior? But I'm just worried about not being able to get the Flying Fortress around 90. That's the only thing I've got going on in my mind right now. Now, despite this being one of the easiest maps for a 2-tower chimps, 2 megapots on the other hand, this is actually quite a hard map in comparison to a lot of other beginner maps. If you think about its layout and all that jazz, where can you keep, let's say, Geraldo or your Striker Jones or your Overclock so that it does not steal pops? Pretty much nowhere. Like, you can hide your Absolute Zero Ice Monkey behind this Crusher, but that's like an incredibly short range tower anyways, in which you can get away with. But everything else just does not stand a chance. So why am I talking about a 2 megapop scenario in a 2-tower chimps video? Because it's another achievement in the game. What achievement do you prefer in this game? Is it the 2-tower chimps achievement, or is it the 2 megapops achievement? I like both of them, but for different ways. Like, if I prefer to have a more involved scenario, then I would think about a 2 megapop scenario, because it requires a lot more training for, I think, than a, what do you call it? A 2-tower chimps where you just place down 2 towers, and you still have to really think about what you do with your 2 towers and also where you place them. But I think as far as I can tell, there's still a huge amount that goes on in a 2 megapop scenario. Like, you always need to think about all of your supportive towers, like your MIB or your glue gunners, which are obviously not lethal. You don't want to steal pot. Oh my goodness sake. Speaking of, it has to be a yellow balloon, doesn't it? And then there's also the fact that there are a lot of maps where you can't do the 2-tower chimps achievement on, but you can do the 2 megapops achievement on. You can do the achievement on any map, that as long as it's not, well, a challenge only map like Blondes and Protect the Yacht. Like, those are maps from which you can only load up via the challenge editor. Oh, please. Oh, for goodness sakes, this is not good. This is definitely not good. I just prefer watching somebody else doing Ace Microne, because I, for myself, cannot do it to save my life. As long as it's not a yellow balloon, I'm not going to complain. I could have chosen an easier map like Resort or Logs, but we don't do Scrapyard enough. Oh, for goodness sakes, really? I should really use Center Path more often, but I cannot. Change you around. Do I really have to rely on reverse configurations? Like, even at the best of times, I don't know how to... let's solo this thing. But we somehow managed to do most of them. Just need to somehow figure out how to pop the rest of these without missing my pineapples. I'd rather not use the crusher since there are many more leads on the next round. Okay, thank goodness for that. Around here is a good area of contention, actually, just because of the fact that there's a lot of loops around this area where you can take advantage of the ace. But yeah, Center Path at the moment is kind of saving the run. I'd rather if you did not pop the ceramics, please, Ace. Let the Mermonkey pop them. Round 39. Things are going very well despite everything that I said earlier. Ace, how much damage can you do? Oh, 13 damage at times. That's quite good. Come on, send the ceramics to hell. Thank you. Yeah, fortified leads early on is what might kill the run, which is why we need the crusher to crush a few of them. But obviously we need to do a little bit of hard work in order to get the rest of the fortified leads popped, especially before it leaves the range of the Mermonkey. In some ways, I wish the tentacles on this thing can damage lead balloons, but then again, the last time the Mermonkey's damage type was changed, it changed to be an absolutely abysmal damage type, am I right? Right, here comes the utterly stupid stuff called fortified lead balloons. Can I do anything about this? Perhaps not, but we are landing some of them, I think, anyways. Hopefully at some point we can... Oh, we managed to get one of them down. If we can get that... Okay, let's do this one, and hopefully we can get that second one done and dusted as well. I'm hoping... I'm not holding out on hope here. I keep messing this up. Oh, thank goodness for that. I think that might have saved the run. Believe it or not, fortified ceramics I'm not worried about. Fortified leads, on the other hand, that thing scares me. For the next round, though, that might be another round of contention. A round in which could stop us from progressing. As long as we get Spectra, then we're all good in this neighborhood. Okay, put you on strong. Hopefully you target the ceramics. Oh, you're not targeting them fast enough, though. That is the problem which we're having. It's just the ceramic part of this round in which we're going to have some worries, because I think we should be able to get enough money. I was about to say enough gold to be able to get them. Hopefully we can. Hopefully we can get them. Okay, get some of them under the crusher. Oh, yellow. Oh my god, yellow. Yellow. No, no. I can't move this fast enough. Problem with the ace, it's really slow to respond when you change its targeting configurations and whatnot. So it's like you change its targeting, but it takes forever for it to be in the desired spot in which you want it to be at. Okay, crush you there. Still got all of those left to deal with. That is a huge amount of PS to try and get through. Please. Oh, I'm going to need to rely on the ace in order to pop the rest of these greens. Would you do something else? Really, Ace? You're so utterly... Okay, for some odd reason, that worked out much better than my previous attempts. I don't even know what I did better there. I'm really sure somebody can answer me in the comments sections below. There you go, there's Spectra. Game's set and done. Don't need to worry about anything else. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody, and see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves. No, I'm just kidding. You're still gonna suffer through this with me. Before recording this, I tried a scenario where I was trying to get the Cripple Moab Sniper and the Flying Fortress, but to be honest, the 40s were just absolutely stupid towards me, because you need to micro the hell out of your ace and micro the hell out of your sniper at the same time just to have a chance. Okay, maybe the sniper part, you can keep it on one or another targeting at any given point in time, but you're kind of forced to go down the camo cross pathing, because you also need the shrapnel shot to be able to then get the ace in the first place. Like, sniper on this map is well, you definitely need shrapnel shot, so then it can lead all down into the crusher and try and get as many pops from the crusher as possible, so that then you can actually go through around and be able to get your desired upgrade for your ace or your heli, or for some odd reason some people can do it with a Cripple Moab Super Monkey, which is really, really bizarre, insane, and what the hell with the microing on that jazz. I don't get the love for ace microing that some others do, but it's something that I would always 100% watch somebody else do rather than myself, because I myself, I can't do ace microing to save my life. And that's just the absolute truth of it. I cannot do ace microing at all in this game. I would rather do anything else, with the probable exception of 220 Dartling Gunner, camo solo on round 40. It's with camo regrow purples in the mid 40s, which are stupid. But I do have another challenge which I am even more not able to accomplish, and that is not tying to a yellow balloon in any of my videos. Anytime I don't die to one, people are like, what have you done with flare balloons and who are you? The Flying Fortress is definitely one of those towers of all time. It is a tower that you can both do the 2 tower chimps achievement and the 2 megapots achievement in the same run. And if you somehow manage to stupidly do it on cornfield without moving any of the harvest, then you could also possibly get the no harvest achievement as well. You just gotta find a good enough tower in order to start with. I'm smelling a combination which ISAB really loves. Okay, the 2 towers themselves they really like, but perhaps as a combination, you know how you think of, like, if you mix 2 of your favorite dishes together, you could create the ultimate dish. Well, some flavors don't really blend together really well. Like, I don't think curries and roast dinners work together both on the same dish. Separately, lovely. And that's just going to go on to the question which I'm going to ask in this video. If you are stuck with one kind of dish to eat for the rest of your life, what would that dish be? What kind of dinner would you have for the rest of your life? For me, I think it's a rather easy one to answer because it's a kind of dish in which you can interpret in so many different ways. Curries. You can have lamb curries, beef curries, vegetarian curries. You can have so many different kind of curries, and without question or shadow of a doubt, there are lots of different kinds of foods out there which are far better than what us in Britain can concoct as an original recipe. Like, this is definitely what we call like an original British dish. It's called spotted dick, and it's just not it. Beans on toast is definitely not it. Fish and chips, definitely not it. Chicken tikka masala derives from India. It's like we can't really come up with anything that is really that good when it comes to a dish in which we boast about as like, this is the best food ever. English breakfasts, though, I can definitely say are really cool. Like your black pudding, your sausages, your bacon, your toast, or fried toast. Having a fried egg, although for me I prefer my eggs scrambled, to be honest, but that's just me. We all have a different preference as to how we like things. So yeah, the Mermonkey is just chilling out at the moment, providing that sweet bath to the pierce of anything around it. Excluding paragons. No, there is no Goliath Doom ship anywhere in this video, aside from what you're seeing right now, but just ignore that, okay? We can't get this lump sum in 972k. Can you get that within a game of chimps? I don't like to say that it's impossible. I just don't know. Alright, downgrading the ZOMG. We got 30k left before we get the thing that just dominates the rest of the chimps game. There will be occasions where center path needs to be put into place when it comes to changing where the center path is to get the most out of your bombs and darts. So I would say probably start at this point here, then move over to over here when the majority of the balloons are over at this point. It's just so that you can get the maximum amount from your available pierce which you have from your Spectra. Because a lot of the balloons are around this area, it means a lot of the times our bombs will be able bombs and darts will be able to hit multiple balloons at the same time, which is pretty cool. Now that since you are going towards up here, I think changing over here would be a good decision. And you rinse and repeat. You probably go over here now because they're about to go up to this point, and then you flip over here once they go up to that point. But then I would be like, well, they made it through the majority of the map anyway, so are you really getting the best out of your pierce if you are constantly changing the flight path? And we are actually kind of struggling on this round, not gonna lie, not gonna lie, not gonna lie. You are now doing something besides just standing there and looking creepy, but also really cool at the same time, Mermonkey. Hello, I am not under the water. Please, can you help me? I am not drowning. In riches. Alright, 84 completed. I am not still under the water. And all of these underwater related skins on these Moabs, they are very shared. They are bandaged up. Okay, I'm going to stop doing that. But if we're kind of struggling on round 85, and I do wonder what round 87 is going to bring us. Although the ZMGs are more condensed together, which may be helpful actually, just so that with every projectile it's more likely to hit more than one target. But that's just me projecting. Much like this thing is projecting many projectiles. Project my anger, and it will eventually transform into the desired results. We will soon have the big plane of the game. It might be a big plane, but it's not the biggest plane. Now, what really strikes fear into the heart of one? For me, honestly, when it comes to AC-130s, it's hearing the announcer of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. No, not the more recent Modern Warfare 2. I'm talking about the original Modern Warfare 2, where Call of Duty was actually a good game. We are definitely on a very, very big kill streak here, but still not enough of a kill streak to spawn in the humongo AC-130. But for goodness sakes, we are so close. And in fact, we are there now. Enemy AC-130 above! So then, Flying Fortress, you are definitely one of the towers of all time. You are what we call a CHIMPS game killer once you get it. And it's very important to get Flying Fortress, either from the few monies that you get from the regrow camo lead balloons on round 90, or you get the upgrade preferably before round 90. And that's why I didn't want to get the Abyssal Warrior, just in case we couldn't afford the Flying Fortress for round 90. But we are here now, so like I said earlier, I think this is definitely what we call a conclusion in and of itself. The Flying Fortress is hands down the most powerful two-tower CHIMPS tower in any scenario. Once you get it, the game is sorted. I think even if you try and muck up your center path flight configuration, the Flying Fortress will still ensure that you will defeat everything on the map here. So do I keep you as an Abyss Warrior, or no, I'm just gonna go for Abyssal Warrior and get that done and dusted. Although, can this get any more pops? I'd like to think that it could, but I think with the power of what we've got going on here and the pierce increase which we have given the Flying Fortress, I think this is one of the better partners for Flying Fortress, because it's not just sitting there doing nothing, it's actually providing the benefit for the Flying Fortress itself. Goodness sakes, they're not even making it to this part of the map here. Round 99, what can we do? Yeah, this is definitely a way to get the 2 megapops achievement as well. Hello, bad. Unfortunately, you're gonna have a very bad time. Get it? Get it? There we go, DET. Imagine if Ninja Kiwi changes the damage type of the bombs so that it no longer does normal damage type. That would be... No, even funnier. Ninja Kiwi changes the damage type of the darts to be normal, and then the bombs to be explosive. That would be really, really cringe, but that would be funny at the same time. Thank you all so much for watching, everybody. This is the Lord of the Abyss 2-tower CHIMPS and the Flying Fortress 2-tower CHIMPS. This is perfectly possible with just Abyss Dweller, to be honest. I don't know if basic Mermonkey is possible with Flying Fortress. Somebody managed to do it on version 46.0. Actually, wasn't there a bug with never miss targeting, so they had more lifespan with its projectiles? I think that was the case, and that might actually be the difference. Charles. With just a 100 base Mermonkey, for goodness sakes, I just don't know anymore. I don't get the game. But thank you all so much for watching, everybody. Let me know what you thought of the video down in the comment sections below. And do you also love curry as well? I think it's just one of the best dishes ever, and you can just make it in so many different ways, where you could have like one curry one day, but then you could have another curry the next day of completely different flavors, and it would taste completely differently. Also varying spice levels as well. Perhaps you like a milder curry one day, but then you would want a volcanic curry the next day. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and take care of yourselves, everybody. Ace!